Welcome to a V-EB09 rulings video. Bushiroad Japan has issued rulings for the V-Series' least popular clans booster set, because reading is hard when nobody will take you seriously when using these clans. Let's begin. Can I use Anger Blader's act ability multiple times? Yes, you may. Can I use Blytop's ability, if I use Anger Blader's act ability, to place it as an equip gauge? No, you cannot. A rear guard becoming an equip gauge is not considered to have been retired. What happens to the equip gauges of a rear guard that was turned into an equip gauge by Anger Blader's ability? It will be sent to the drop zone. Can I use Anger Blader's act ability if I only have exactly one rear guard? No, you cannot. You cannot fully pay the cost of placing one rear guard to another as an equip gauge. Can I use Anger Blader's act ability even if my opponent's rear guards cannot be retired by an ability? Yes, you may. Can I use Anger Blader's auto ability even if I only have 2 or less rear guards with 3 equip gauges each? Yes, you may. You do as much of the skill as possible. Can I stand 3 rear guards with Anger Blader's auto ability if only one of them has 3 equip gauges? No, you cannot. Only the rear guard with 3 equip gauges will be able to stand. Can I move all my force markers to the Vanguard circle when Dead Heat Bull Spike attacks? Yes, you may. A unit refers to a card in the Vanguard, rear guard, or Guardian circle. Can I draw a card with Dead Heat Bull Spike's ability even if my opponent doesn't have any rear guards for me to retire? Yes, you may. You do as much of the skill as possible. Can I intercept with my grade 2 rear guards if I sent a grade 2 unit from my deck to the drop zone due to Gunning Kalia's act ability? Yes, you may. Intercepting is moving a rear guard to the Guardian circle. It is not calling them. How can I guard an attack boosted by Phantom Black when Gunning Kalia's act ability prevents me from calling grade 0 units from hand? You can only guard with Protect 1 markers from hand, because it has a grade of Protect which has no numerical value, and Protect 1 markers is neither a normal or trigger unit. Can I call a card with the same grade as the one sent to the drop zone due to Gunning Kalia's act ability from either the deck, soul, damage, bind, and or drop zone? Yes, you may. Gunning Kalia's act ability only prevents you from calling cards from the hand. Can I call the Celot to the Guardian circle as a grade 1 unit if Gunning Kalia's act ability prevents me from calling grade 2 units? Yes, you may. Does Darkrex's continuous ability refer to the total equip gauges I have on all my rear guards? Yes, it does. Can I discard 2 equip gauges with Darkrex's act ability from separate rear guards? Yes, you may. Can I choose not to call a card with Power Back Ronaldo's ability? Yes, you may. How many cards do I look at the top of my deck with Power Back Ronaldo's ability if my Vanguard is in Legion? You choose which unit in your Vanguard circle to determine how many cards you will look at. How much power will my Vanguard get if my opponent discarded a Protect 1 marker due to Cyclomatooth's ability? It will not gain any power, because Protect 1 markers have a grade of Protect and has no numerical value. Will my Vanguard gain 15k power with Cyclomatooth's ability if my opponent discarded a Wedge Move Dragon from their hand? Only if the opponent decides to discard it as a grade 3 unit will you get 15k power, otherwise it will only be 5k power. Will Megalera Lance's ability decrease in power gain when it's attacking if the number of opponents' rested rear guard also decreased? No, it will not. Megalera Lance's ability will only refer to the current number of rested rear guards upon resolving the ability to determine how much power will be gained. Can I use the on-place auto abilities of units called from the gauge zone by Savage Academian's ability? Yes, you may. Will Parlican Spine's ability be placed on standby if I called another rear guard over it? Yes, it will. It was retired due to an overloaded circle, and you do as much of the skill as possible. Which player does Stagger 7's ability refer to when checking 4 units in rest position? It checks both players' units including itself. Can I use Stagger 7's second cost ability if I didn't use the first one? No, you cannot. You do as much of the skill in proper order. What happens when I discard a Protect 1 marker for Stagger 7's ability? You can only guard with Protect 1 markers from hand because it has a grade of Protect. Does Machining Ornamental's ability also puts my opponent's rear guards into rest position? Yes, it will. Can I use Machining Ornamental's ability even if I cannot put any rear guards into rest position? Yes, you may. Resting all rear guards is part of Machining Ornamental's ability. It is not a cost. Does machining ornamentals ability also give 5k power to my opponent's rear guards in rest position? Yes it will. Does machining ornamentals ability also count the opponent's vanguard during their next stand phase? Yes it will. A unit refers to a card in the vanguard, rear guard, or guardian circle. Can I use Thunderlotho's ability to give a chosen rear guard 5k power if I neither placed a card from the top of my deck as an equip gauge nor moved all equip gauge from another rear guard? Yes you may. You do as much of the skill as possible by declaring to move all equip gauge from another rear guard or itself to your chosen rear guard, even if it has 0 equip gauges. Can I use Offensive Punter's ability after it was returned to the deck for Bad End Daggers on attack ability while it was boosting? Yes you may. Both abilities will be placed on standby and you can decide who to resolve first. If Bad End Dagger was resolved first, it will lose Offensive Punter's power boost, but you will still draw a card from Offensive Punter's ability after that battle, even though he is no longer on the field, because its ability was already placed on standby, and you do as much of the skill as possible. What happens to my Vanguard's drive check that has lost its ability to perform twin drive due to machining centipede's ability? It will still perform a single drive check when it attacks, because the twin drive icon simply gives the Vanguard a +1 on its drive check. What happens if I use Fusilimagus's ability on my Vanguard that lost its ability to perform twin drive due to machining centipede's ability? It can now perform 2 drive checks like normal. The ability to give drive +1 is not the same as turning your drive check back into twin drive. Can I use machining centipede's ability on a grade 2 or lower Vanguard? Yes you may, but it will not reduce their drive checks, because grade 2 or lower units do not have the twin drive ability in the first place. Will Flowery Tear gain 10k power if 2 cards were sent from opponent's deck to the drop zone? No she will not. Continuous abilities are only applied once. Will Flowery Tear gain 5k power if a card was sent from opponent's deck to the drop zone before she was called to rear guard? Yes she will. Continuous abilities take into account all actions during a turn. Can I use Machining Lady Bomber's ability to put my opponent's rear guards into rest position? Yes you may. Can Savage Mercenary attack if it has an equip gauge while on an Axel marker? Yes he can. Savage Mercenary himself is a unit that has an equip gauge in the same column. Do I need to both discard 1 card from hand and 2 equip gauge to use Basha Kano's ability? No you do not. You can choose either one to pay for the cost. Will Provoke Needle or Elevation Wideout get 20k power from their ability if they are on a rear guard circle with 2 force markers? No they will not. Continuous abilities are only applied once. Can I use Flatray's ability even if my opponent only has 1 or no rear guards in stand position? Yes you may. You do as much of the skill as possible. And that concludes this V-EB09 rulings video. Be sure to subscribe and let me know in the comments if I wasted my time doing rulings on this set, because nobody will be playing them.